Today we're going to be making Spanish rice or fried rice. You're watching the Bear Pantry Chef. So this is the first thing that I do when I'm going to make my Spanish rice or fried rice, okay? I get some stir-fried vegetables from the pack, put a little bit of butter in a saucepan, and I just go ahead and saute that for a few minutes, not more than 3 to 5 minutes. So this is done. I'm going to shut the stove off. And then at this point, you can cut up any type of meats that you have. If you have shrimp, if you have leftover beef, leftover chicken, whatever leftovers that you have. I'm not going to be putting too much meat in this one today because I want the chicken to be served on the side, okay? So let's move on over to my rice. So this is my skillet that I'm using to do the fried rice in. And an old woman in her 70s, an old Belize woman, taught me how to do this, okay? We put a little bit of butter in the skillet. We don't want it to burn. So let's kind of move this around. I don't think my stove is even. That's why you see it like that. It's too hot. Just turn the fire down. Dump the rice in. And it's really good if you can use leftovers when the rice is like cold from the refrigerator. That's actually awesome. So what you want to do at this point is make a well in the middle of the rice. And you want to scramble like 3 eggs. 2 to 3 eggs, and the eggs will depend on how much rice you're cooking, so this only needs like 3. And you want to put it in the middle of that well. Then you want to get a spatula and just start stirring to make the egg coat every grain of rice. If the rice is clumping up together, you can always like squish them apart with like a potato masher, right? So you kind of want to just move that. And when I made this rice before, these are all leftover rice, and you know I make my white rice without salt. So this actually doesn't have any salt. So if you want to add some salt to this, you would do it like in the egg, okay? And salt doesn't bother me with food, so I'm not going to add any. And I'm going to put my stir fry that I showed you a little while ago. Normally at this point, I'd be adding all types of meat, all right? I'd be adding polska kielbasa that I already kind of cooked in the microwave or sauteed in a pan. I'd be adding leftover chicken, leftover beef, just basically everything that I can find in my refrigerator I would toss in this pan. So this is really one of these good Bear Pantry leftover type meal. But today I want to serve it separately with chicken because I made some stewed chicken. You can see that video at my site already. And I made the stewed chicken with some potatoes steamed on top of it. So I don't want to pick the chicken off the bone, but this usually comes in handy when we have leftover chicken. And nobody wants like the breast part of, nobody likes the breast part of the chicken in here, right? So when we have a lot of breast left over, I'll just cut them into dices, or sometimes Jada will get the breast that's boneless and skinless from the store, and she'll go ahead and kind of saute those separately. But whenever you're making this fried rice or Spanish rice, all you want to do is make sure that everything is cooked separately before you start tossing it in here in the pan. I do realize that certain nationality will make this a little bit different, where they'll put some tomato sauce. And you can totally do that. I don't do it because Joe is not a great fan of tomato sauce from the can. You kind of have to cook to please your family, right? So this may look different than what you know. But the trick to the fried rice or the Spanish rice is that egg. Once you scramble that egg and you make a well and you put it in and you start working it around, every grain of rice will get coated with that scrambled egg. And that's what makes it fry without burning. I didn't used to know how to do that because when I would make this dish, the rice would just be mushy. And who likes that, you know? Joe doesn't like mushy things, so I'm using this other spatula, you guys. And pretty much this is what we call fried rice or Spanish rice. Wouldn't it look lovely if we had some shrimp in it, some beef and chicken and polska kielbasa and just anything else we could find? But, you know, I'll do that dish another time when we have all the meats in it. I'll wait till I have like a ton of leftovers in the fridge. And then I'll kind of show you how I put all my leftovers together and make this. But for right now, this was quick and easy. I didn't know what else to cook today for the family. So my son suggested, make fried rice. And they're looking forward to coming and eating this with the stewed chicken. So pretty much this is our finished product. It's done. The fire's on medium the whole time when I was doing it, all right? And none of it burned. Like I said, it's always best to use the rice straight out of the fridge when it's cold and hard. That fries way better than if you just got through cooking it. And so what I'm going to do is plate this with some of my chicken that I'm going to serve it with. and you guys will see this awesome fried rice or Spanish rice. So here's our finished product. I put some in this bowl because sometimes the kids will eat the plain rice like that from the bowl, especially if I have the meat already cooked inside of it. And I put some on this plate to show you how we're going to serve it today. This is my stewed chicken. I cooked potato on top of the stewed chicken, and I have the rice. And this is what we're going to be eating. Sometimes the kids will get that sweet and sour sauce from the bottle and pour it on top of their rice and eat that. But this is what we're eating today, and I call this Spanish rice in my book. It's also known as fried rice, and this is my version, okay? Okay, so I did it kind of simple and bare bones. I just threw the vegetables in with the rice and I put the stewed chicken on the side, right? In the future, we're going to do this dish again, and I'm going to just take a ton of leftovers from the fridge and we're going to put it together and make an awesome dinner. Thank you guys so much for watching, for sharing, for liking, and for picking up the book. Until I see you guys again, take care.